Okay, one of the things I like about Podbean is that even when my Wi-Fi is restricted, I can still record up to 90 minutes. They managed to get that right. They get quite a few things wrong, but they managed to get that right. So I've just been out walking around Newcastle to see what's open and what's not open still. The Tyneside Cinema is still closed, but the Everyman Cinema is open. So there's potential for movies, although the Everyman's a bit more expensive than the Tyneside. The quality of the environment is a bit better. They've got sofas, and they'll bring food to your sofa before you watch the movie or during the movie. So you can sit on the sofa with a table in front of you and pick at a burger while you're watching the movie in there. But it's £12 a ticket, so, and plus the burgers are another 12, I think. So you're talking about £24 for a night out at the movies, which is a bit too much for me. I don't mind paying a tenner, but I don't particularly want to pay 24. So there's that. So I was wandering around. I got as far as Old Eldon Square, and the pigeons are going absolutely berserk. There's a woman sat on a bench dishing out seed and bread and whatever, and about 3,000 pigeons swarming around, sitting on the back of the bench, on the front of the bench, swirling around the monument at Old Eldon Square, the war memorial that's in there, and just really making a nuisance of themselves. I'm not a fan of that amount of pigeons in one place. Every pigeon in Newcastle must have been in Eldon Square at that point, waiting to be fed. And there was more than one person feeding the pigeons. I mean, it's lunchtime, admittedly, but there's a limit to my generosity when it comes to seed and bread and cake and such like. I don't feed them. They're scrawny little bastards, really. Rats with wings. But I don't dislike pigeons particularly. I just don't like rats with wings. So I'm not going to feed them anyway. I'm not going to feed them, and I don't think that other people should be feeding them that close to benches where there are people sitting around with kids, because there's all sorts of pigeon shit floating around and feathers floating around, and there's all sorts of nastiness in the air when there's that number of pigeons in one place. So I don't think it's appropriate personally, but there's nothing I can do about it, because they're so used to being there that nothing will shift them now. Well, seagulls will shift them. If the seagulls come in, then the pigeons disappear. But usually the seagulls are around the central station, they're around the railway station, and the pigeons are at Old Eldon Square. That's how it kind of maps out in Newcastle. That's the bird hierarchy as far as I can detect it. Because there's magpies everywhere and there's crows everywhere, but the bird hierarchy seems to work in that kind of way. Alright, that's enough from me for the minute. Thanks for your time, thanks for listening, and I'll catch you a bit later on.